How you doing, fight fans? This is Boxing Knowledge coming at you once again with another edition of my little boxing show over here on YouTube. I decided to make a video on the up and coming fight between Saul Canelo Alvarez against Josesito Lopez. Guys, this fight has excitement written all over it. Josesito Lopez is a very, TV-friendly fighter. Canelo, pretty TV-friendly. I'm not that excited over the fight because, Josesito Lopez sort of like came out of nowhere. I read somewhere in an article, I think it was on ESPN's main boxing page, that Josesito Lopez is like the new Rocky, and that very well might be so. I don't know what to think of this fight, guys. I'm pulling, of course, for the underdog, but I just don't think that Josesito Lopez is going to have the firepower to keep Canelo off of him. Let me explain myself. He's fought all his career, or most of his career, should I say, at the 140-pound weight limit, the junior welterweight level. He took a fight on short notice and fought Victor Ortiz, right? I think that Victor Ortiz and Josesito Lopez are contemporaries. Now, let me explain myself. They're contemporaries because they both, fought the bulk of their fights in the junior welterweight division. They're both very exciting fighters, and they're both inconsistent. I mean, Josesito Lopez is a good fighter. He's above average in skill level and intensity. A lot of people believe he beat Jesse Vargas. I'm actually one of those people who believe that he beat Jesse Vargas. He's I guess coming into his prime when it comes to notable victories and his level of skill. So it's a great time for him to take this fight. But they're very, Victor Ortiz and Josesito Lopez are contemporaries. They're very inconsistent. I said that already, but you don't know if what Josesito Lopez is going to show up to the Canelo fight. We just don't know. We don't know if he's going to give his all like he did against Victor Ortiz. Like prior to the fight, prior to his chance between Victor Ortiz, you knew it was going to be an exciting fight. You could see the intensities in his eyes. I guess he is sort of like a modern day Rocky. He had like sort of like the eye of the tiger. You knew you were going to have to kill him to get him out of that ring, and that he just refused to lose. I just don't know if Josesito Lopez can bring that intensity. And even if he does, the deck is stacked overwhelmingly against him. Let's talk about the fight now. I mean, let's talk about Canelo Alvarez. He's just a very big, strong, natural, solid junior middleweight. This is his division. He just performed very well against his last test, which was against Sugar Shane Mosley. He's just strong. He doesn't know how to lose. He's got a whole nation on his back, and he seems to perform very, very well with the added pressure. He's very consistent. You know that Canelo is gonna go all out, or he's gonna do what it takes to win. All right, he's a winner. Josesito Lopez, on the other hand, is a very, very talented fighter, but he's inconsistent, like I mentioned before. We don't know which one we're gonna get. He's a natural junior welterweight, guys. He's gonna fight two divisions, above what he's used to fighting. That doesn't necessarily mean because of that fact alone he's gonna lose. Why? I mean, there's a lot of people who've jumped up two weight divisions to fight, recognized names in boxing and did very well. Off the top of my head, I'm gonna mention Roberto Duran. He was the #1 lightweight in the world, and he jumped up two divisions to fight Sugar Ray Leonard and took his title the first time around. It happened then. It's happened many, many times before. So, but the fact that he's two divisions above what he usually fights at, in conjunction with his inconsistency I just wouldn't feel comfortable betting on Josesito Lopez. He could be like Rocky, where he shocks the world and is able to produce, you know, a spirited performance, you know, full of heart, and take the victory, or be very competitive and maybe pull out a controversial, you know, loss or something like that, you know. But we just don't know, and we haven't seen enough of that Josesito Lopez that we saw against Victor Ortiz to feel confident in him and say, no, this is a toss-up, or you know what, I think Canelo's going to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if Josesito Lopez won. The fact of the matter is, I would be very surprised if Josesito Lopez won. Very surprised. He's just very inconsistent. Even if he shows up like he did against Victor Ortiz, Canelo Alvarez is just very strong, very intelligent. He knows how to defend himself. Yeah, you know, he did get tagged. He did get tagged when he fought Miguel Cotto's brother, but he recovered very well. You know, won that fight by knockout convincingly. Just been on cruise control ever since. Him and his camp, they are not underestimating Josesito Lopez. They're taking him very seriously. They're preparing him as if he were going to fight Floyd Mayweather Jr. They understand this is not an easy fight. But I just see Canelo, you know, controlling Josesito Lopez with a very stiff, strong jab, hitting him, you know, with right hands and right uppercuts, bullying him. I see Canelo Alvarez imposing his will on Lopez. I see Lopez desperately trying to flurry, but I just don't think that he's got the firepower to hurt Canelo. I just don't see it happening. He doesn't have a devastating punch. He didn't have a devastating punch in the junior welterweight division, much less now in two divisions higher than what he usually fights at. One could argue, well, hey, he broke Victor Ortiz's jaw. Okay, fine, he broke his jaw. He hit him repeatedly, you know, in the same spot, and was able to chip away at his jaw and broke it eventually. But it's not a testament to your power, not necessarily. So that's pretty much the gist of this video, guys. I'm gonna pick, you know what? I'm gonna pick Saul Alvarez by knockout. Actually, I don't think this is gonna go the distance. Not because Josesito Lopez, you know, doesn't have the skills to go the 12 rounds. I just believe that Canelo is gonna look to impress. I think Canelo, you know, if he realizes that Josesito Lopez is hurt, and he's just gonna finish him. So I'm gonna go with a middle to late round stoppage for Canelo over Josesito Lopez. Obviously, the backup would be unanimous decision, but I just don't believe that's going to be the case. I think he's going to get stopped. I hope that I'm wrong. Who doesn't want the underdog to win? I'll be very excited and humbly, you know, admit that I got it wrong. It happens. I hope that I'm making a post Canelo Lopez fight video saying I was wrong. Great fight. Josesito Lopez did great, but I'm going to use my brain on this one and not my heart, and I'm going to say that Canelo's going to knock him out. So there you have it. Alvarez by KO, middle to late rounds. And if you like the video, please comment and subscribe. So don't forget, guys, boxing is intelligence.